Hello, this is Shadi Safadi, the creative director at One Pixel Brush, and I wanted to talk to you about how we approach storyboards. So this was an array of shots we did for a Last of Us 2 trailer. We had been working on the game for a couple years at this point, and this is what it came out to be. It was a beautiful trailer where Ellie was running through some environments, being chased by Scar, fighting with some infected, jumping out a window, going outside, and then at the end, shooting a Scar. So our task was to help them visualize this trailer in a little bit more detail. So you can see the shots very much match what the final trailer ended up feeling like. We had some 3D for Ellie, we had some characters that we'd built quickly, and you can see we can even do camera tricks like depth of field. We can try all different camera shots, all kinds of compositions. We could add some infected growth on the wall. And so our goal was to help them tell this story, but to tell it in a lot more detail so that when they were finally going to make this trailer, they had a really good framework to go off of. Now, here are some storyboards for Terminator 2. And these are really detailed and amazing because back in the day, you had to do it with markers and pencils, and there was really no other way. But it was a great way to visualize the shots. So the way we approached it is we worked together with Naughty Dog to try to find out what all the shots needed to be. This is something we often help with, but in this case, they had written descriptions of basically every shot. And we had known that it was going to be Ellie, Hospital, Pioneer Square. At this time, I don't think it was known that the game was set in Seattle, so the reveal of the Space Needle was going to be a big sort of ta-da moment. We looked at all these descriptions, and we just went through with them and decided what are all the little shots going to kind of look like so we could give our artists an idea of what to do. Now, this is another form of storyboard, as you can see. Very loose, very rudimentary. But then we would take this and have a look at what their layout was. This was the imagined hospital layout, so we got some rough 3D from them. We knew the path that Ellie was going to take through the scene. And we had already done lots and lots and lots, probably at the end over 900 concepts for this game. This was about 2 years in, so we had done many concepts ourselves of what the hospital should look like, what it should feel like, how it was staged, how it was decorated, what the infected looked like. But we still had to design a unique hospital for this scenario. Now, here we're looking at one of our story frames, an early version, and this is a view from the render window in Blender. It looks like a flat scene, of course, but you can see if I move the camera back and forth, it's actually a 3D scene. And what that allows us to do is a lot of freedom in terms of how we're moving the camera around. So if you're a director and you want to try a couple different things, you want to try a low angle shot, you want to try them framed on the right, framed on the left, those are the kinds of things that start to bring this process into focus. Why do it this way? Because once you have all these pieces, it's really easy to move stuff around. Another thing that's simple is lights. So we have this light here. It was an orange light supposed to represent perhaps some of the torches. And again, as you can see, extremely easy. The light is changing instantly when I move the light around. Or we may decide, hey, that light's too much. I'm going to turn it off. We like that feel better. Another thing that's super simple is moving her pose. So for example, we have her arm selected right now. And you can see in the render, it updates her arm up top instantly. So let's say we wanted her in a different pose, or for example, we wanted her closer. It would be relatively easy to make all those tweaks. And after we'd had a rough pass at everything, we would show it to Naughty Dog and we would go back and get notes on every shot. We'd have placeholder items to start. We would get some notes from them about what possible things could be added, what was missing. We got some general notes about how the feel of the whole short was coming together. And then at the end, you can see that it's a pretty cohesive story of what's happening with her from beginning to end. From the time she encounters a Scar, she pushes him out of the way, he misses with a strike, she hits him in the head, throws things down, keeps running down the stairs, eventually goes outside, breaks out into the outside, hides behind a car, and then the last shot is her shooting at one of the Scar. So the goal here is to just open your eyes into what's possible with concept art. It's not necessarily a still image. Sometimes it can be a series of images that tell a story, that get a lot of your visual ideation clarified before you spend the time and money to make the final thing. Thank you so much. Look forward to working with you.